Here thinking since I'm on the subject of fires and shit. I remember this is in like the fall or the winter time of 2012, like November, December 2012, or January 2013. Like I said, in 2009, I stopped hanging out with this dude named Cam and Joseph and Moot. And like those are like the main niggas that I used to hang out around in like '08. And also this dude named Marv around like Schoolcraft or Evergreen area and shit like that. But by the summertime of '09, I stopped going around Cam. So then I stopped going around Mook and Joseph also, or Jerry. You know, Mook was Jerry's nickname. And like, I remember this, yo. I remember this because I ran into Cam in the beer and wine store on Schoolcraft at Evergreen in like December 2012 or something like that. I was driving a cab. I was driving that van cab around. This is like November, December 2012. And Mook got his ass whooped by somebody. No disrespect to that nigga now, but I feel like God is talking to me about something. And I remember seeing that streak of lightning over that building at the Rico Towers. Mook got his ass beat by his cousins, yo. He got jumped by his cousins. And he looked so bad because I remember I pulled up on that nigga somewhere on 7 Mile after it happened. That nigga, I think he went to the hospital and everything. And he also had a house on somewhere on 10 Mile or something like that. 10 Mile and he had an auntie that stayed somewhere on 10 Mile or 11 Mile or something like that. I remember that because I remember taking him over to the house where he stayed at, where he got dropped off at. Cam told me that Mook cousins jumped him, whooped his ass, right, and thought that they took his life. They thought they killed him. And he told me that they went back and grabbed some gasoline or some shit and was going to come back and basically set the house on fire. But they said that Mook had like woke up and got up and somebody had took him to the hospital. And then Cam also called me and told me that they told that nigga that he was next. Said they popped up on him, on him at the balloon shop or something like that and said, you next. Or, because I remember Joe and Mook had an auntie that used to have a balloon shop off around like Evergreen and 6 Mile, some shit like that. So this just came to mind because I just got done releasing the video talking about a fire that happened to the garage that was behind the house on Granville and Occasion. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day when, you know, I came and visited Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. I left from Fort Myers and visited Michigan in February 2017. And I stopped by this dude named Daquan house. He wasn't there. His mom was in there. She told me that he stayed in Vegas now or whatever. And she told me that they burned the house down that I used to stay in. But then when I drove down the street, I saw that the garage was burned down, but it wasn't the house. So that's what got me on the subject of fires and shit. But I remember, I don't know why this even just came to mind, yo. Mook cousins rushed him, though. I remember talking to Mook about it, like, dog, who the fuck did that to your face? He told me it was his cousins. I was like, dog, your cousins did that to you? That nigga told me it was his cousins. I don't remember which ones, but Cam know which ones it was. You know what I'm saying? Cam told me the whole story. He told me that they rushed him and they thought that they killed him and they went and grabbed a can of gasoline to basically come back and burn the house down because they jumped him and they said he looked so bad, he was so unresponsive that they basically went and grabbed a can of gasoline, but he had woke up while they was gone or some shit like that. He told me the story. He told me this whole story, yo. It is humanly impossible for somebody to put that on my name. It's humanly impossible, completely humanly impossible for somebody to throw that on my name, yo. Because I didn't just hear the story from Cam. I heard the story from a few other people. And I remember Mook talking to me about it. Like, I pulled up on that nigga on like somewhere. We pulled up somewhere on like 7 Mile in like Schaefer area somewhere. I think he had another family member that stayed over there. And we were just sitting around talking shit, drinking, whatever. I was in my mom's Benz truck at this time, yo. And I remember talking to that shit, talking about that nigga about that shit. On New Year's Eve, me and that nigga hung out on New Year's Eve in December 31st, 2012. Went to this club that was on 12 Mile and Telegraph, yo. That was right next to the Star Theater. I remember this shit. So if it's somebody throwing that on my name, yo, the only way that that's possible is if everybody is fucking in on it and trying to maintain a lie and uphold a lie. That nigga had a fucking that nigga face was fucked up, had a black eye. They said it was blood. Cam told me the story, told me it was blood all on the floor. He said he got jumped by his cousins. he had some cousins, you know what I'm saying? Cam know who they is. I don't know who them niggas is. Because I stopped fucking with all them niggas when all this crazy shit, weird shit start happening around me, yo. Man, it's 10:15 p.m. December 18, 2025, yo.